First of all, Mazel Tov, the Bachar Bar Mitzvah. I feel like I'm part of the family. I feel like I owe a gratitude from Christ to join for life of the family. I moved into the neighborhood a couple years ago, and for the first year, I walked 15, 20 minutes every Shabbos to have a time of a Chassidish shtibel. And everybody thinks it's very easy to do that. But the fact is, not everybody starts a shtibel in his own house. You have to have a shtibel with serious stuff if you want to do that. And I owe him a strong apology for that. I also owe him a personal to some of his sons. Now, Baruch Hashem, in our neighborhood, we started our own shtibel. We learned from Rabbi Leitner, and whenever I'm short in the whole period, believe it or not, his sons walk over, and they do the walk to come to do the kriya. So Mazel Tov. The Messiah Nefesh to open a shul and give away some of his space was actually in the beginning of this week's parsha. The Eibush, when Yaakov says to Yosef, Lechna re'ei shloim achacha b'tzoyim. Lechna shloim achacha b'tzoyim. And Yosef responds and says, Hineni. Zok Rashi, what does Hineni mean? Hineni means Yosef had good news that his brothers don't like him. Nevertheless, he was muchen and mezumen to go and do what's in the months of Messiah's Nefesh. So one of the Sfardim from the Pri Megadim, he asks, if it's Messiah's Nefesh, the part of Messiah's Nefesh. How he knew that his brothers are going to keep him in danger. Why did he go? After the Pri Megadim, that when it comes to Adam Chashuv, there's a lot of Yimais and Nefesh on even mitzvahs that it's not Yehadim Bal Yada. And because of this circumstance, he knew that Kibbutz of Ein is a mitzvah that was lacking during that period of time. Yosef took it upon himself with Messiah's Nefesh, and he'll do mitzvah of Kibbutz of Ein ad Messiah's Nefesh. That's what the Pri Megadim says. So if the Bachar Bar Mitzvah wants to learn, wants to know what it means to be the kind of mitzvahs to Messiah's Nefesh, he doesn't have to look too far. Baruch Hashem, he grew up in a family of Chassidish mishpacha that they give away from themselves to help other people, but Messiah's Nefesh. And in that, hidden Mukhim and Zumar, the Bachar Bar Mitzvah has that engraved in his blood. The title that you give the Bachar Bar Mitzvah is, as we call him, the Bachar Bar Mitzvah. The Bachar Bar Mitzvah, each one of these three words carries a shell. Number one, the famous Shayla, why is he called a Bar Mitzvah? Bar is a Lashon Arabis, why not a Al Mitzvah? And thus from the Al Kreg, why do we actually usually call him a son of Bar? And why not some other color? So there's many reasons for this. The Meshech Chachma gives a teretz. He says Bar, the Lashon Arabis means outside. Yevfnim is inside, Bar is b'machutz. Until now, says the Meshech Chachma, you only worried about yourself. Now you have to live a life that you have to worry about. From anxiety, don't worry about anybody else, and you have to live a life that your kedusha, your tahara, your actions affect the people around you. The Lev Simcha says, until now, you only for yourself. From now on, you can bench, you could be waiting to somebody. You could be a shliach. Oh, Rabbi Leitner, you have a new shliach tzibur now in the shul. He could be waiting to somebody else. So now his life's experience is not only for himself, it's for Bar, for somebody else. And then there is the famous answer that the relationship between a father and son is unbreakable. The relationship between a husband and wife, it comes to a time when they don't match. There are ways around it. But the relationship between a father and son is unbreakable. This is what we tell them our mitzvah bacher. We tell them the Torah, the Messiah, the mitzvahs has to be in a way like the relationship between a father and son, like a bar mitzvah. Why is he called bacher? So the Sam Sefer says that at this time, when he enters the bar mitzvah, he starts making his own decisions. He's a boicher. Every day he wakes up, should I wake up with man tefillah? Should I listen to the Yitzhak? Should I do Bisman Krishma? Should I leave the kind business to him? He has a lot of choices he has to make. And in Birchas Krishma we say, Birchas Ami Yisrael Be'ava. The Eibusher chooses the Yid Ba'ava. Ba'ava is the Gematria Yud Gimel. A person is 30 years old, that's when the Eibusher chooses the Bacher Bar Mitzvah and he says, you're mine. It's impossible to have a Lubavitcher Chassid stand there and not say a word from the Rebbe. So I'm going to say a beautiful word from the Rebbe. Chanukah is coming. The Klippa of the Chanukah was the Yevanim. The Yevanim says that every Yavon you spell 3 letters that are exactly the same. A Yud is a small line, a Vav is a bigger line, and a Langerner is a longer line. What's the significance? Says the Rebbe, first the Klippas of Yavam was they played with your mind. The Chachma, the Koyach HaChachma. They played with your mind. Once they got into the Yud, the Koyach HaChachma, they got me thinking. It's the Koyach HaMidus. The Vav is the Midus. Now you started feeling for the Goyishkeit. And once they had the Koyach HaChachma and the Koyach HaMidus, the Rahman Flam, they play a nicer garden. And the koyach that a Yid has to have is on the Shtalayim laws in the Yud. The small things don't even let in. Because once you let in the Klippa and Kaparayim, Rahman Flam keeps on sinking. So the Bacher Bar Mitzvah, you have Baruch Hashem, great parents to look up to, role models, examples to be based in efforts for Torah and Chassidus. Rabbi should be at least like that, and I know Rabbi Leitner, I'm sure he'll say, Alvai will sign, send more Besser from here, and you bring Nachas, and by Chassidim Zogman, Chassidish Nachas, because last week's Parsha, Esav had a kid called Nachas, Zogman Chassidish Nachas, and bring Nachas to the family in Klal Yisrael.